Where former UC officer Ray Tensing shot and killed Sam DuBose in July of 2015. An opening statement started in this high-profile case not long after.
9 on Your Side is staying on top of every moment in the Ray Tensing murder trial with our team in and outside the courtroom and following the jury, which visited Mount Auburn this afternoon. Anchor Tanya O'Rourke kicks off our coverage at 5. Tanya?
Craig and Carol, you mentioned it. A lot happened today, so let's get a recap of everything that happened in this first full day of the Ray Tensing trial. This morning, Sam DuBose's mother, Audrey, arrived at court. There was a small group of protesters outside as the trial resumed this morning. Judge Megan Shanahan gave the jury strict instructions about what to observe at the scene where DuBose was shot. A cardboard replica of DuBose's car was used at the scene, and then came opening statements. And our Tom McKee is live with new information about why Sam DuBose was pulled over in the first place. Tom?
Well, Stu Mathews told me yesterday it was not a missing front license plate that caused Ray Tensing to pull Sam DuBose over. Today, in his opening statement, he clarified things, saying it was because the car that DuBose was driving was registered to a woman whose license was expired. The prosecution, well, the prosecution's not buying a word of it. It's what was in Sam DuBose's car that caused him to flee from Officer Ray Tensing that day in 2015. Defense attorney Stu Mathews claims there was $2,600 in cash and enough marijuana for a felony charge.
Sam DuBose knew what he had in that car. He didn't want Ray Tensing to find out about it, and he used every means available to him to try to escape that traffic stop.
But prosecutor Joe Dieters maintains everything stems from Tensing's tactical error of reaching into DuBose's car.
Tensing grabbed the seatbelt of DuBose with his left hand, and with his right hand drew and fired his .40 caliber Sig Sauer pistol. He fired directly into the head of Mr. DuBose.
But Mathews says fear of being run over is what caused Tensing to fire.
And Ray will tell you that as he was going down, he drew his weapon, and it was instinctive. What he did was draw his weapon, he fired.
Was DuBose a threat with a deadly weapon? Well, there's disagreement there, too.
Not only was there no weapon in or about the car being driven by Sam DuBose, there was never any claim by Tensing that he thought he had a gun.
I will concede that Sam DuBose did not have a gun. He did not ever indicate he had a gun, but I will not concede that he did not have a weapon. He had a 3,000-pound car that he turned into a weapon.
Now, Judge Megan Shanahan has spent a great deal of time making sure the identities of jurors in this case have been protected. But that was put to the test when the jury visited the shooting scene this morning in Mount Auburn. And that is exactly where my colleague Julie O'Neill is live tonight. Julie, what's the scene like?
You know what, Judge Shanahan, as you know, Tom, is placing tremendous consideration on the protection of the identities of these jurors. I can tell you this morning, we the media were out here for a very long time as she gave very strict instructions. We were not to take pictures or video of any part of these jurors. But then we, the media, could comply. What about the people who live down this street, Rice Street, where the jurors were going to be visiting the scene of that traffic stop? Some, we're told, were actually threatening to take pictures and post them. So here's what the court came up with. As we look at some video here, you'll see that 2 vans, sheriff vans, pulled up with very dark, reflective windows. At no point did they ever get out of these vans, the jurors. Instead, they simply looked out the windows as they were, we're told, a court bailiff in the vans with them instructed them as to what they were seeing, driving to different points and stopping to get that information as to what happened where, from inside the vans where no one could see them. Attorney Carl Lewis says this is very important.
If you're on a jury, you have children, you want to make sure that there's not somebody out there who's kind of loose in the head and say, in the interest of justice for either side, I'm going to go out and picket your home or go to your kid's school. So the better you can put them at ease, the better you'll have a juror that is going to be fair and impartial and work on the case.
The jurors stayed in those vans for about 20 minutes out here at the scene and then headed back to the courthouse. At no point did any of us see any part of these jurors. Live in Mount Auburn, Julie O'Neill, 9 on Your Side.